What's going on, everyone? Welcome into Falcons Today. I am your Chat Sports host, Matthew Peterson. I also lost my voice, so bear with me here. But we are going to go through some overreactions from an embarrassing loss. Steelers knocking off the Falcons in Atlanta 19-16. And in my eyes, this loss was embarrassing, right? I think a lot of us are feeling the same way of you lose at home to a bad team in the midst of a playoff push. That is an absolute dagger to the season. I don't know if I can go all the way to say put them in a coffin. It's completely over. No chance of making some noise in the NFC South. Big game Monday night between the Saints and the Bucs tonight will definitely play a factor in that. But be honest with me here. Is the Falcons season over after this loss? I don't think mathematically you're not. But if you can't rally to beat the Steelers at home, I don't see any reason why you could beat any team outside of the Texans, the Broncos, or the Bears moving forward here. So with that, some Monday overreactions for you guys here. Desmond Ridder will start the next game. I don't even think that's big of an overreaction. I mean, I don't know where Mariota has Arthur Smith's family held hostage, but his inability to make a change against the Steelers, for example, Mariota was 13 for 24, so another 50-ish completion percentage outing, 167 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. If you want to just box score hunt, this is not for you. If you want to just box score hunt, this is going to support your argument, but just the eye test adds to it that Mariota is holding this offense back. His last 4 games, look at the stats here. For one, just the completion percentage. I mean, Mariota is lucky to get anything north of 60 to 65%. And I think we're at a broken record at this point. Marcus Mariota is holding back this offense. And I know I'm being pretty harsh on our Hawaiian Sweet Prince right now, and he's definitely exceeded my expectations as a whole for this season after being the backup the last 2 years in Vegas. But you just needed 20 points to win. That's not a very big number, right? If I told you before this game started, hey, the Steelers are going to only score 19 points, are you predicting a Falcons win or a Falcons loss? Probably going to go with the win. Now, I did find this really interesting. I saw it on Twitter. I thought you guys should see it too. From Ian Hartz tweeting out, lowest percentage of targets deemed catchable this season from Pro Football Focus. The Commanders at 30. With a mixture of Heineke and Carson Wentz. The Bears with Justin Fields at 31. And the Falcons are in dead last with 71.5%. It's unacceptable. It really is. You can't be dead last in any category in the NFL if you want to keep your job. I just don't see a reason why not to give Desmond Ridder a shot. And I know, as long as we're in playoff contention, hey, Arthur, you're about to get out of playoff contention because of Mariota, all right? Arthur Smith with this quote after the game, we will evaluate everything. Every job is open. I have some private thoughts, but we need to decompress. We need to meet as a staff. Sure, we've been close, but we have to evaluate everything. Get back over the hump. Get back in the winning category. Michael Rothenstein then tweeting this out afterwards. Arthur Smith, we're still working through that in terms of quarterback situation. Said they'll have a decision next week. I sure hope it is Ridder for 2 reasons. One, discover Desmond Ridder, right? Find out if he is the guy moving forward. Plus, with the bye week coming as late as is, which was not good earlier going into this year, a super late bye that sucks. But now, it's kind of the perfect time, right? You give Desmond Ridder 2 weeks to prepare for the Saints, your arch rival. I think this is an excellent time to find out if Ridder has any long-term, future with the Falcons, or if you should turn to the draft this upcoming year to replace Mariota, or get a better quarterback out there for crying out loud, right? I just don't see a way Ridder can be that much worse than Mariota. Unless Desmond Ridder is the world's worst NFL quarterback in practice, and he's like Nathan Peterman against the Chargers in the first half, make a change, Arthur. All right, big question here. Will Ridder be starting after the bye? Type 4 for yes, his jersey number, or 1 for no, you're rolling with Mariota. Let me know in the comments section below who you think will be starting after the bye week. Now, today's edition of Falcons Today is brought to you by Fetch. Fetch is a super easy to use and free app that lets you earn rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt and you will earn points for your purchases. And the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. So let me show you how simple it is. All you do is open up the Fetch app, press the orange camera button, and snap a photo of your receipt. Then hit submit and you'll see that confetti pop showing you that you've earned more reward points. It's a simple process. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. You can then redeem those points for gift cards at Amazon, Starbucks, or any of the hundreds of retailers and restaurants available. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android. Check them out, chatsports.com/fetch. Use our link, enter promo code CHAT at sign up for 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. That's the equivalent of a free $5 gift card to get started today. It's a free app, and those 5,000 bonus points, they're not going to last forever. So it's a limited time offer. Get started right now, chatsports.com/fetch. Use promo code CHAT. All that information is in the comments and the description of today's video. Overreaction number 2. Drake London has arrived. I think it's a bit of an overreaction for a couple of reasons. One, Drake London's always been here. I mean, early in the year, he was definitely in talks of being NFL Rookie of the Year. But I would say this was probably his best game, at least from a consistency standpoint, right? 6 grabs, 95 yards, along a 37, becoming more of a routine possession receiver and not just good for glimpses during the game here. He had posted his career high in receiving yards and only accounted for half of the total pass yardage, which tells me if you've got a more competent quarterback in there that can complete more than 50 to 55% of his passes, Drake London's 6 grabs for 95 yards could be 12 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown. The Falcons wide receiver trio against the Steelers, I mean, look at the usage rate just going to one player, Drake London. And here's what's beautiful about this too. The Steelers, they knew where the ball was going when it was a passing situation. There was only one guy, and still they could not slow down Drake London. Nobody performed outside of London in this game. Very positive to see when you get a rookie really shining in their first year. You know you're not putting together a Super Bowl roster, but you are checking the box of, yep, this is a guy, this is a dude. We're going to have a long, great future with him. All right, what is your one-word reaction to London's breakout game? I'm going to give you my one-word reaction in just a moment, but get down to the comment section and beat me to it. For me, it is encouraging. We don't see Kyle Pitts for the rest of the season. That first-round pick is in a bit of a limbo right now as to whether or not it's a bust or a good pick. We need more time for that to play out. But it's definitely encouraging to see Drake London. Yeah, he's looking like a surefire thing at wide receiver for Atlanta in his first season. Overreaction number 3 now. Arthur Smith ruined the season. I think it is a bit of an overreaction, but at the same time, he kind of did by just hitching his wagon to Desmond Ridder and to Marcus Mariota and refusing to make a change. I know you were getting some wins, but also you weren't winning because of Mariota. You were winning in despite of Mariota. Its inability to recognize who was holding this team back and making a change potentially too late may cost this team sneaking into the playoffs, getting some valuable playoff experience, and hopefully taking that into years in the future and building off of it. The Falcons were 4-4 going into week 9. And what do? They lost to the Chargers at home. An embarrassing loss to the Panthers. Edged out the second worst team in football, the Chicago Bears. Then losing to the Commanders, losing to the Steelers. You went 1-5, 1-4 in this 5-game stretch. Why? Because you were married to Mariota, and I understood the reasoning of, as long as we're winning, we want to stick with him. But also, your job as a head coach is to evaluate all 22 starters and to make changes as you see fit and to know where your team can get better at, even if you still are winning. To me, I saw some big belly full syndrome of, well, we're winning. Why would we change anything up? This is why. This sucks, by the way. The defense, they have played very well in my eyes. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns over the past 5 games for a defense that was written off going into this year going, there's Grady Jarrett and A.J. Terrell, and that's it. They're going to be a bottom 2 defense, and they're not going to be 2. For them to, keep their head above water over the last 5 games and the offense be the ultimate backbreaker, that's a bummer. Bad offense. They're only allowing 21.4 points per game on defense, usually translates to win, not 4 losses in 5 games. Especially, like I said, for a Falcons defense that didn't have crazy high expectations. Doesn't have a super high payroll. No, these guys have been gritty. They've been playing hard. They've been playing fundamentally sound. They've been some lapses here and there, but the offense, I think they let the defense down the last 5-game stretch. NFC South standings. Right now, the Bucs and the Saints are going to play on Monday night, so we'll have to kind of pause and see how that game rolls out. But if the Saints win, we've got 3 teams with 5 wins. It's still anyone's division, but the Falcons blew a lot of great opportunities to pick up some very winnable games. True or false time. We'll wrap up the show with this, I think. The Falcons have a shot with Desmond Ridder. Get in the comment section right now, true or false. Curious what you guys have to say here. I'm going to go true. I think, one, we don't know for sure. We're definitely going to find out, but I do know this for sure. The Falcons have gone 1-4 in the last 5 games with Mariota. I think a change is needed.